Hello everyone, Arindam here, and this video will be my very last video on the island map, and I want this video to be a tribute and farewell to my favorite map in ARK. Whether it's Survival Evolved or Ascended, the island has always been my favorite map. So in this video I'm going to give you a tour of my base on the island map. I'm going to tell you what are the different colors I have chosen, why I have designed the base in this way, what are the different tames that I have tamed, what are the different equipment I have used, and I'm also going to give you an insight into my mind, how I organized all of these things. So let's get right to it. First of all, let me give you a high level view of my base. So this is how my base looks. And I'm going to start from the oceanic part. So if you are a returning viewer, you may already note that I have a YouTube channel for ARK Survival Evolved that has spanned for the past 5 to 6 years, and you may have particularly observed all of the different base build videos that I've done on all of the maps. So on ARK Survival Evolved, I have actually 100% completed the game across all 12 maps, achieved level 190, got Mjolnir, etc, etc. And in ARK Survival Ascended, I want to do a couple of things. I want to improve upon all the things that I've done in ARK Survival Evolved, and I also want my ARK Ascended experience to essentially be a ascended version of my ARK Survival Evolved. So what I have done for this particular base design is this base. If you look very carefully at this base, both the water section as well as the terrain section, this base is exactly a hybrid of my base on the island map that I have done in season 1 as well as season 2. So Ascended is my season 3, but previously I have done 2 separate 100% playthroughs. Season 2 is what you are mostly familiar with, and there was also a season 1, and this particular base takes design inspiration combining the best features of both season 1 as well as season 2, and that is how I want to actually remember both of my previous seasons. Now let me show you where I am at. So I'm currently situated here. If you would note, this is exactly above the entrance of the hard or eastern underwater cave, and I have put this base exactly as in what I have done in season 1 and season 2. In fact, my base location has remained constant over all of the 3 seasons, and there is a good reason for that. Reason is, this is in by a long shot the best base location for a solo traveler in ARK. This is a perfect base location. So when I actually spawned on the island map in ARK Ascended, whether it's ARK Ascended or ARK Evolved, I always spawn in this region. There is a particular spawn location for this particular region. I think I'm not exactly sure what the name was, and it's with medium difficulty. Well, even though it's medium difficulty, I generally spawn in the beach, and the only creatures that can be damaging to me are some of the swamp creatures like Sarcosuchus, Titanoboa coming from that side, and rarely alpha raptors coming from the jungles to the mountains on that side. Other than that, it's a very safe and pleasant area, with the occasional irritation from these Ichthyornis seagulls. You can see the seagulls over there. Other than that, it's a perfect place. Why is it a perfect place? So it just so happens that this place, even though it's at the eastern side of the map, it's actually kind of like centrally and closely located to everything. So this place is just above the island cape. It is equidistant from the Carno Island as well as the Herbivore Island. The mountains are nearby, which means I have easy access to metal, crystal, The swamp is nearby, which means I have easy access to all the swamp resources, including leech blood, etc. And if I were to tame a frog, I don't always need to venture to the swamp cave. I can use the Meganeura and Titanomyrma of the jungles and the Meganeura of the swamps to get a lot of cementing paste. Now, lot of times people generally think about first a starter base, then an intermediate base, then finally an endgame base. Well, this particular location is an all-in-one base. It can be a location for a starter base right up till the very end, and I am a personal proof of that. This watery section is more than enough deep to house all of your water tames, including the biggest ones like the mosasaur. Okay, I think it's a heat wave happening, so let me do something. There is a way to solve this, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to set this to clear skies, or maybe I'll set it to rain, and this thing got over, and I like rainy weather anyway. So as I was saying, so you have easy access to metal, crystal, obsidian also is on that mountain, and that mountain also spawns the rare giga. So even if I have to tame a giga, it should be perfectly fine. As you can see, I have map markers put for all the different caves as well as sap honey. So we have the green obelisk over there, and just after that I get a place in which I can get a lot of sap as well as honey in there. Now, what are the other things which influence this particular location? So this place is aesthetically very beautiful. Now the island map is essentially a tropical, subtropical kind of map, and this place with its combination of deep water, beach, jungles, mountain on one side, swamp on the other, looks really beautiful. Okay, next up, let me show you the watery part. So let me go inside. I have volumetric fog disabled, that's why you can clearly see these parts. As you can see, I have constructed kind of like a water fortress, and the color combination I've used is white, tulip as well as yellow. The reason why I've chosen this color combination is because I know from science, and I also know from Unreal Engine's own water mechanics, that these are the colors that are going to be spotted the best inside water. Even though blue is my favorite color and I generally prefer green also, I have observed that colors like yellow, red are much easier to spot. Their light photonic radiations are actually can penetrate the water's fog much better than the other ones. The other part, this footpath is colored in teal as well as tulip. The teal and tulip is again taken directly from my season 1 and season 2 island bases, where the teal replaces the cyan of my season 2, whereas the tulip replaces the red of my season 1. This part, this covering kind of thing has been taken from season 1. This color combination, this variant of green with red, it's neither from season 1 and season 2. In fact, I'm going to tell you what this color combination actually means. This color combination is reminiscent of the very first video game I've ever played, which was Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 from Hasbro Interactive. And we had these really nice roller coasters, wooden roller coasters, steel mini and steel size full roller coasters with this beautiful color scheme. So I've taken it from there. Regarding the water section, I have made a bridge, and the bridge I can actually see the insides from here, even though because of lumen ray trace based reflection, I'm actually getting the reflection of that side, even though this underwater portion is technically full of water. Let me show you. So as you can see, I also have a big gate for the big dinos, and I have individual side gates for the medium dinos in these 4 portions. These metallic strips are kind of like indications to me about how deep I am actually at the base. So we have 1, 2, 3 types of strip, and it also looks really nice. um, Unlike my season 1 and season 2, I have not tamed any of the really large creatures like the plesiosaur, mosasaur, or Tuzo. In fact, Tuzo I have never tamed on the island map, so I have only tamed Tuzo in Genesis Part 1 for 2 defeating Modder. So this particular Ascended run, this playthrough, I have not had to tame any of those creatures because I had my trusty Basilosaur, and I have had 2 extremely powerful tames that have come from Garuga's ARK Additions mod, officially incorporated in ARK Ascended. The first is the Deinosuchus, and the second is this guy. Look how beautiful it is. It's the Zifactinus. This Zifactinus, if you have watched my video for the hard underwater cave, this Zifactinus is what actually has made that video possible. It was a combination of a speed run plus combat. So the Zifactinus combined the speed of the Ichthyosaur with the capabilities of a Megalodon and Basilo, and all these combined capabilities ensured that my Zifactinus could easily get the cave artifact without any problems. These are the stats of my Zifactinus. These are the stats of my Basilo. Basilo is the one I used for the other cave, that is the artifact of the brute on the west side of the map. Ichthyosaur, I would have generally used my Ichthyosaur, but here, because movement speed leveling is disabled by default, I have not found much use for it. So unfortunately, the Ichthyosaur's main advantage is negated because we cannot level movement speed. So it's kind of kept here. It's like statically gaining HP. By the way, one thing to note, I have noted all of the criticisms that I have initially gotten on my ARK Survival Evolved Season 2 videos regarding full official. So some of the things I had not known, like the some of the damage and armor caps, but this time on ARK Ascended, my entire run, all of my 100% run will be on full official server difficulty. So whatever saddles you see will be underneath the 124 armor. Whatever weapons you see, like these guys, are all within the 298% damage limit. And the armors will also be within the respective limit, and there is separate limit for each of the armors. So because now I have beaten the bosses multiple times, I have enough element to construct tech trows for all of them, and they are powered by a tech generator which I have conveniently hidden. Most of the dinos that I have tamed underneath the water are actually from ARK additions. As you can see, we have a lot of so I had to tame a lot of Zifactinos just to get the perfect combination. And I also tamed one of these Archelon, the turtle. By the way, the difference between turtle and tortoise is turtles, like the Archelon as well as the Megashelon, actually have flippers, whereas tortoises actually have legs with digits. So turtles are more aquatic compared to tortoises. Like Carbonemys is a tortoise. It's again sitting there, it's not doing it. It's a wild one, by the way. Okay, so let me give you a better visual representation of how it looks from this side. Looks really nice. I know. I'm really proud of how much I have built. So, and I am also really loving the color combination. So the color combination is the wall color is cornflower. This is again tulip. The yellow. This entire wall is cornflower, all of it. This is gold. This is tulip. This is all this metallic blue is basically baby blue, and this is my personal color, azure. Azure replaces blue from ARK Survival Evolved, whereas tulip replaces red, and teal replaces cyan. I wanted this to look like a really oceanic kind of Mediterranean oceanic vibe, so I gave it a teal color, and this also kind of looks like marble. marble, which is a combination of white as well as steel. Looks really nice. These are some of the decor box, not decor, I think crop plot that you can actually fill with a shovel by taking the respective things. This is from Bob's DLCs. As you will know that I have purchased Bob DLCs, and it's a great value addition given its price. Okay, since I have actually come here, so this is my current Ascension implant. There is an error in this Ascension implant. You can see Chibi Dino level ups level 4. It's actually incorrect. I have actually had my Chibi to level 6. I'll show you my level 6 Chibi, and still it has not reflected here. It's actually a bug, implant bug that many people are facing. Also, I have gotten the perfect explorer achievement. Let me show you that. Let me come here. I have taken the time to collect every single one of these explorer nodes that are found on the island map. So let me come here. So we get the Dear Jane one. These are the new ones. So if you get one of these things, you are going to get various cosmetic skins from the ARK animated series. Let me show you those skins if I have. I think, yes, these ones. Okay, that's Bob. And these are also the other skins. You cannot apply it to yourself. That's why it's kind of crossed, but they are still there. So that's that. The clean glass wall skin. This is an official custom cosmetic. Even though it's treated, you can actually download it like a mod. It's not treated as a mod and treated as part of the main game. Okay, coming back to the explorer nodes. So I have miscellaneous. I have all of the Bob's basically Bob's tales are not explorer nodes, more like cutscenes. So I have Helena Walker, all of the nodes as well as all of the dossiers. Some of the dossiers like the Rhiniogdatha and Carcharodontosaurus initially did not unlock. So according to the concept of these new dossiers, if you tame the creature, then you should actually get the achievement, but that you should get the dossier, but that did not happen to me the first time. So I had to tame it around a couple of times. So finally I got them. This is Rockwell, Mei Yin Lee, Gaius Nerva. I think these are from Scorched Earth. The Island, Prologue and Epilogue. I think these are the new custom cosmetics. This is what, I don't know. All the different dossiers. The Guardians. HLNA is not really required right now. And they're the Bob's tales. Anyway, so I have gotten Perfect Explorer. In fact, right now, in my Steam, there are only 3 achievements that I have not unlocked. So out of 32, I have unlocked 29 of them. The 3 achievements I have not unlocked are riding a Giga, because I have not tamed one yet. 2 master zoologies, that is to tame every single creature in the game. Yeah, I know a lot of people actually use cheat codes to spawn tame all of those creatures, but I am doing everything in the most legitimate way possible. That's why I have not gotten the achievement. I will get the achievement, by the way, because if you have seen my ARK Survival Evolved Season 2 videos, you will know that on the Lost Island map, I actually made a zoo that was so big that it covered multiple biomes of the map, and it had every single creature in ARK Survival Evolved, all tamed and individually put in their respective zoo compartments. Yes, that was, I think, what, 300, over 300 creatures that I had to tame just for that. And then I obviously got the Master Zoologist achievement. So that is the second one. And third one, there is one more. Okay, that was for the center. The third achievement is to tame the guardian, to defeat the guardians of the center. So I have not gotten that also. Okay, so let me now come here. This is my very first baryonyx. Right now it doesn't do much aside from storage compartment for all of the gazillion dies that I prepared, and I am mad about dies. I mean, you would already know that how much I love colors. Let me come here first. So this thing is again taken inspiration from my season 1 base, which I have done way back in 2018-2019, and my season 2 base. which was from 2020 to 2022. So if I were to come here, the ground level, okay, by the way, oh, I forgot something. My entire ARK Ascended base, this entire base that you see here, started from this foundation. Everything that you see here started from this foundation, and as you can see, this is also the foundation which houses the entry point for my base, and that is the exact same logic I've applied on season 2 also. So from the place where my base actually started, the starting foundation is my main door, which actually gives me entry. Again, I love colors, so you can see how colorful it is. Okay, so I have neatly arranged all of the dinos. So these first floor contains all of my personal dinos. They are all labeled personal, etc. This otter was actually my previous personal otter. You have seen it in my artifact cave videos, but this guy or girl, this girl got replaced by my new otter. This one is obviously far superior, far superior, and because obviously it's imprinted, and this is the guy I used for the Take Cave and Overseer videos. Yes, I know, it looks really nice also. So on this side I have my the most important creature type for me in ARK as a whole, the Argentavis. Without Argentavis, I don't think I will be able to play ARK much. And this is my personal Argentavis. Again, you have seen their equivalent versions on season 2 as well as in season 1. They are using the same similar color combination, and uses the same name convention, RG0 and RG2. RG0 using the blue, that is my personal one. This one with a lot of traits. Let me show you. Crazy weight, just crazy weight. This is the one I used for hauling up the different resources. And the RG2 not painted, in the coloring of the German flag, is my power RG. It's meant for DPS, as you can see, DPS and vampiric and this guy is used for taking out most dangerous threats to my base, as well as taking out alpha creatures. This was my primary alpha killer before the Deinosuchus, as well as my personal Carcharodonta, which I have it in my cryopod. Yeah, it has a primitive saddle, but doesn't matter. So this guy was my very first RG. As you can see, I needed to have an RG just to unlock the remaining part of my map. That is why it's not like max leveled, but it's perfect tame, by the way. On this side, you first see all of the caving dinos that I have used, starting with the dire wolf. I have not used this guy too much. Then I have this is, by the way, this is from my event color, and this is my baryonyx. Obviously you have seen this guy. Then I have my Thylacoleo. Thylacoleo is having a color combination of black and white. This is basically a snow leopard. So instead of calling it a tiger, I can call it either a snow leopard, or I can call it like albino or a white tiger. I think it's more or less a snow leopard. It's very powerful also. Then I have the frog for my swamp cave, the bear which I used for getting honey, my very first flyer, the Pteranodon, one of the most important and unfortunately neglected creatures on ARK, the Diplocolus. Don't worry, I'm going to be showing a lot of videos on Diplocolus in the upcoming maps, because this guy has allowed me to complete a lot of artifact caves on the center and beyond, because the Diplocolus is leveled in oxygen. Even though movement speed leveling is not there, if you level oxygen, the swimming speed increases, And because for Diplocolus, oxygen is the only stat that you are going to increase. Let me do this. Since it's the only stat that you are going to actually increase, it means by riding this guy, you will be able to do the exact same thing that you were previously doing with the Ichthyosaurus. This guy will be insanely fast, and it will give you a lot of, in fact you will never run out of oxygen with this much oxygen. You can do a marathon of the entire map without losing any oxygen, and it will be crazy fast. You probably know him and her. They're siblings, by the way. So these two Megatheriums siblings were the ones that destroyed the broodmother on all three difficulties. The blue one was, I think, used for gamma and beta, and together they did for alpha, and they absolutely destroyed it. And both of them, as you can see, they got destroyed because of these traits. You can check out my videos for that. I won't explain much further. The Daedon I used for healing my boss army. Other than that, it doesn't do anything, and that is also why you can see, because I don't use it for any other videos, just for offline healing, I have a saddle that is above the 124 limit, and it's also wild. So on the other side, you get all of the resource harvesting dinos, starting with the beaver for wood, Anki for metallic resources, Toad for stone, and deer for thatch. Let's go up. Yeah, this part, it will be something beautiful. Look at this. Yes, I'm going to turn off my crosshair for this, HUD for this. So this is my artifact chamber. Look at them. So I have labeled them exactly like blue, red, green. Green represents the three artifacts needed for the broodmother. We have gamma, beta, alpha. Gamma, beta, alpha. Next we have on the other side the one for the Megapithecus, Pack, Devourer, Brute, and we have gamma, beta, alpha. Gamma, beta, alpha. Now finally we have one for the dragon. Again gamma, beta, and in the middle is alpha. On the other side, I've actually placed some of those display cases. These are the chibis that I got from beating the overseer in multiple difficulties. I've got a Equus, I've got a Terror Bird, a Spino, a Nidaria, and yes, my Carcharodontosaurus. This is my first chibi I got from an event, and now let me show you this. This guy is saying I have not gotten chibi to max level, but this is my chibi over here, level 6 implant bug. I wanted to place some of those decor boxes here for custom cosmetics, but I got bored with it. This is my balcony. It allows me to view this area in a very beautiful way, and they are all connected to each other like this. It's all very structured, very uniform. Everything is organized. I can come from one region to another region seamlessly without having to worry about navigation problems. If I go up, this is basically going to be my watchtower. Where I can view the entirety of the surroundings. It also has my color combination by the flag of my base: teal, azure, and black. And I have a combination of greenhouse, and some of the walls, okay, the walls are not here, so there are certain walls which I have actually used the glass custom cosmetic. So again we have lot of flags. As you can see, I've beaten the bosses so many times, like it's too many times. um okay, this is the main part of the base. Okay, I know this video is going to be pretty long, but I want this to be a memento for me also. That is why I'm making it very detailed. So this is the main spine of my base. I have made it with this color, and we have two routes going this way, just like in season 2. This part is mostly inspired by season 2 part. I have my bed over here. Okay, I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. I killed myself. So what happened was, after getting the alpha overseer implant, I got all of the remaining explorer nodes. So I want, and until and unless you actually respawn, you die and respawn, you do not get those skins in your inventory. So I had to force myself to die just to get those skins. The skins that you see in the custom cosmetic part. So from here, first let me show you these parts. So I am very particular about colors, you would already know by now, and I have a very organized color combination scheme that I give for every single type of resource. In fact, I have a very detailed spreadsheet, Google Sheet, Microsoft Excel, etc., where I have done an extensive research on what is the best possible color and color combination for each and every resource. My personal one obviously is going to be Azure black and white. This is the blueprint of the theory saddle that I used for all of my theories, which you guys have seen in my beta and alpha ascension videos. These are all the implants I have saved, just to let you know that even after beating the overseers or the bosses, my implant did not update. I just wanted to keep this as a memento. I have gotten a lot of loot that are beyond the official limits, but I don't use them. They are just kept as trophies. This is for dice. As you can see, it's very vibrant. Lots of dice, lots of dice. This is an additional thing I just use for some of the skins. You may have note my riot armor. This is the riot armor I had used for filming the painting reference guide mini series of videos, around 7 to 8 videos, in which I have shown how each of the different types of structures like thatch, wood, adobe stone, greenhouse metal tech, how these different types of structures appear when they are painted with each and every one of the 127 color combinations that are present in ARK Ascended. So you can check out those videos also, by the way. On this side, this guy is for saddle, skill and building materials. Yes, every time I die, every single time I die, I actually keep this. This is for weapons. This is for basically equipment, weapons, ammo and armor. You may have heard my Deinosuchus. I'm going to show you that guy. Let me also put this guy over here. Okay, so before I come to there, these are my resources. So I could have used vaults for them, I could have used dedicated storage, but because I wanted this to be a farewell for ARK Ascended's island map. An island is a primitive type of map without much of the tech part. I wanted this to be using the wooden boxes. So the color combinations are very intuitive. I can easily look at a color and understand what the resources are. For example, wood, thatch, fiber, stone, flint, metal, obsidian, crystal, hide, pelt, chitin, keratin. This will be oil, gasoline, silica pearls, black pearl, element. This is going to be charcoal. This is going to be spark powder. This is going to be gunpowder. This is cementing paste. These are the various types of drugs. This is the trophy. These are the blueprints. See, it's so easy for me to actually understand them. And let me verify that. And why are they colored like this? Because wood comes from trees, and trees can be either having dark red, dark green, or light green, depending upon where the trees are, trees or bushes. Thatch is a lighter version of basically wood, so I painted it like this. Fiber is again, like you can guess the colors. Stone comes from mud and can be look like this. Flint is orange, so I placed an orange variety here. Metal should ideally be grey, slate or something, but then I realized that obsidian and metal is trying to get conflict. So metal used to come from those shiny yellow gold type rocks in ARK Survival Evolved, hence I painted it gold. And see, all of these colors, they have a base type which is green. Green means these are coming from trees. These mud, these means they are coming from stones and rocks. Grey, slate, these are coming from different types of metallic rocks. Red means they are coming from basically organic substances like meat, all these things. Like blue because these resources are generally found underneath the water, especially in oceans. Purple essentially means this is a fancy resource, hence element. These are, I'm going to come to that later on. So we have this obsidian, this hide. We show you how much we have. And as a certain character, as Q from James Bond, the world is not enough, would say, I am always well stocked. Not stocked, stocked. Or the other person would say, the correct word is not well stocked, it's fully loaded. That was a reference from The World Is Not Enough by Pierce Brosnan. Okay, I have all the black pearl put inside this part, so it's currently storing just angular jelly. Element, it also has some hemoglobin. It should be called hemoglobin, not hemoglobin. Okay, regarding these parts, so these were all resources that you get naturally. These are resources that you can actually produce by combining the natural resources. That is why charcoal is a resource that has a color of black, but is formed by burning wood which has green, hence it is dark green with black. Spark powder is made by combining stones with flint, and hence this color combination. Gunpowder is made by combining charcoal and spark powder, and hence this color, and it's also black. Cementing paste is made by taking stone's color, stone, with chitin, and it's also an organic substance that you can get from harvesting insects. That's why it looks like this. Drugs, basically the color of the Red Cross. Very easy. Trophies, because these are the 3 bosses, all the tributes for the trophies, and I have killed a lot of them. Bookshelf, I don't know, I just gave it white because white is the color of light that will allow you to read books in the best way. So like that. Okay, then we have tech trowels. Again, it's using teal, azure and black. These are the 4 cryo fridges. Again, the color combinations makes it very easy for me to understand what they are. I have 1 cryo fridge for my personal dinos, 1 for the boss army, hence it's red, green, blue, 1 which is cyan with pink, which represents the mating pairs. That is why it's coded with cyan and pink, like boy and girl. And finally we have the other creatures. Exactly, see, that easy for me to see. These are the boss. Did I hear something bad? Anyway, so this is my boss army of Therizinos. You have already seen them, Therizinos and Utyranus. These are the mating pairs. Most of the mating pairs are actually there, that is why it's kind of empty. And these are all of the other dinos that I have gotten on the map, which I don't use them too much. Okay, now let me come to this side. So we have the transmitter over here with that same color combination. This is the guy that absolutely positively destroyed the dragon boss as well as the Megapithecus boss solo. So 6 of the bosses of this map got destroyed by this one guy. And it's also using the it's using the same German flag colors of black, red and gold. Gator 0. You have already seen this guy. And this guy is effectively the aquatic version of the Giga now for me. I can take out anything which is not an Alpha 202 or an Ideria. So Alpha Mozars are easy prey for this guy. This section is my egg or kibble farm basically. And when I made the kibble farm, I tried to ensure that there is a natural progression in not only size but also as well as in species between the different kibble products. So birds actually came from dinosaurs, so you can think of birds as modern versions of dinosaurs, and hence the smallest, the dodo is the basic kibble. This guy got shifted a bit, that is the other guy over there, basic kibble. Then we have raptors. The females are using pink saddles and the males are using blue saddles. And by pink I have made them a color combination between pink, magenta and fuchsia. And blue is a color combination of blue, sapphire, cobalt, but not azure, because azure is the one that I use for my personal dinos, not for the breeding dinos. So you can see there are 2 females and 1 male. The next set of kibble tiers will be the carnos. The next set will be the allos. Raptor, Carno, Allo, then the Rex, and finally the Uteranus. I could have taken other dinos also. I could have taken other dinos for getting the eggs for the kibbles, but I specifically chose this combination because it actually highlights. It's kind of like a evolution or kind of like a Pokemon tree. Like you're getting a small carnivore, then a medium carnivore, then a moderate carnivore, then a large carnivore, then a special carnivore. And they all seem to be like a natural progression from one to the other. Now let's come to this side. So this side, this was for my resources. So either I have normal resources or my egg kibble type resources. These are the place where all the resources are there. These are the place where I am actually producing or manufacturing stuff. This is my factory area. So fabricator, smithy, chemistry bench, and the industrial forge. So industrial forge actually unlocks very late in the game. So when I designed the base, I had put placeholders for every single area that I would eventually be able to put the respective structure in. That is how I designed the base. It's not easy, but I always make detailed architect level designs of my base before I actually start building on it. So initially I had to go with these guys. That is why 10, and by the way 10 refining forges working together produces metal or oil in the exact same rate as a single industrial forge. So as you can see, all 10 of them equals the single industrial forge. That is why it's 10 and not any other number. In ARK Survival Evolved, a single generator should have been more than is the only thing that you require for your entire base. So you are going to use wires to actually connect all the base. But in ARK Ascended, electricity is just like water, is transmitted wirelessly. So you need to actually, and unfortunately because of this phenomena, they have made sure that these power generators behave with a range, just like your uh, tech generators. So when I built this base, I actually ensured I would put power generators in the most optimized way and possible, so that they cover the entirety of my base without me having any problems. So the next two are on that side and the next two are finally on the other side. um, I need to do something. I'm doing players only. There's a reason why. Because I heard something really dangerous. I don't need to do this. Yes, I already saw that guy. You see what I'm talking about? This guy. This guy. Ah. I have a zero tolerance policy for Ichthyornis. In fact, they scare me. They scare me as much as Gigas, because if the Ichthyornis takes one of your stuff, it immediately consumes it and you will never get it back. That can be really scary if it tries to say eat a cryopod, and it will eat a cryopod, unfortunately. Okay, so I had to keep space for my industrial grinder as well as especially for my tech replicator, because these were late game unlocks. Okay, by the way, have I let you guys seen it? Look at the amount of element I have. I mean, generally the island map, I have beaten the bosses so many times. Just for this silly implant bug thing, I have gotten so much elements. Okay, from the manufacturing side, I now come to the refrigerator and farm side. So this is my farm. My farm is slightly elevated. Why is it elevated? These are foundations, not walls. It's elevated because initially it was not supposed to be elevated, but one of the foundations actually could not be put in the ground because of the elevation of the ground, so it had to be made up. Because it was made higher, I had to actually work around that limitation and essentially made the design looking like this. So this is my farm. Again, it uses the extensive organization skills that you would be familiar with me by now. So it has 4 sides and there are 4 advanced crops. Each side is taken up by one of the advanced crops. Like advanced crops are basically these ones. These 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 of them. So each side is taken up by one of the advanced crops. These side ones, one is consumed for narcoberries and one is for steamberries. These ones are for magenberry and mijoberry because they are all 2 variants of pinks. These ones are for azul berry. This is for, what was it, citronal. This is for roca root and this is for the cyan berry. I have this guy over here at the middle. I have a plant species X. This is the verde berry, tinto berry. So the 3 berries that I require the most are the narco berry, the tinto berry. Tinto berry is required for also for healing brews, and finally I require the white steam berry. The other berries are mostly for colors, including the mijo one. In fact, the mijo berry doesn't do anything, to be honest. It's mostly used for feeding. And again, they are very uniform. Everything is properly uniform. Everything, all the color I wanted to ensure that there is a proper path traversing the entirety of my base. So I have a proper path like this that encompasses the entire base. And this one was just there for. Okay, now regarding my refrigerators, again, color combinations are very important. So we have meat, fish meat. Fish meat can be a bit yellowish also, or salmonish. so I've kept it like this. And normal meat is obviously red. Then we have the special meat, the jerky and all the other things. Ignore this guy. Spoiled meat. We have my special ones. Special ones are all the special things like kibble, brews, etc, etc, and all the innumerable veggie cakes that I had to make for my Therizinos for the tech cave and overseer. So this is prime jerky. This is normal jerky. Again, see the color difference. Then this side was for the non-vegetarian stuff. This side is for the vegetarian stuff. So we have black and white berries, basically dark and steam. Advanced berries, that is why it's using this more brighter orangish color, because orange is basically your citronal as well as rocker root. Rare plants, that's why I've given it also, and that is, this color combination is actually to ensure it looks like a rare kind of thing. Rare kind, it also has this Hesperornis eggs. These are cooking pot. These are the RGB berries, the older ones from Evolved. These are the CYM, cyan, yellow, magenta berries from the new ones. I mostly use this guy for eating veggie cakes and healing brews. I'm going to be using this guy later on in my later maps because this is very useful. I think you can check out my Ragnarok season 2 videos, and I have shown you how the Archaeopteryx makes the puzzle cave and other caves laughably easy. I tamed this guy just because it had a very nice color combination. In fact, its color combination matches with my base. Other than that, I don't use for anything. My peacock over here is, I just wanted to see what kind of creature this guy is. So my peacock is basically like this. It's actually looking like a peacock. These are the bob's tail structures. These are all the genes. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to hide this part. I'm trying to hide this part so that you guys don't see this part of the base right now. So using this, if I come here, can I do this? These are all of the innumerable traits. Look at this, mutable melee. This is going to be something I'll require for Extinction and Genesis part 1 and part 2. Third degree mutation melee for Giga. This is very, very important. And I don't know how lucky, I cannot tell you how lucky I am. And just so you know, you can do a lot of cheat and you can get a lot of things, but traits is something that you have to still get legitimately. So I had to work really, really hard to get all of these different traits. Anyway, so this part again, it's slightly higher because of the elevation. This is the first Ceratosaurus I tamed. This is my personal Therizino. It's basically the same stats as my army, but this guy has every single point put into melee and nothing into other things. I'll have to give a better saddle color to this guy. This is my first tame in ARK Survival Ascended, the Triceratops. And I use this guy as my bulk storage for things that are not very heavy. And all this hide was used for getting to have sufficient height for the saddles. Okay, by the way, I also got to tame one of these oviraptors and they are awesome. So you can see, you can actually see that oviraptors have been upgraded in ARK Ascended, so they can just have to encumber them and they are going to pick up all of the, I mean, even if you don't encumber them, it's still okay. So they are going to pick up all eggs in their vicinity, and if you set them to wander and put encumber them, they are going to give this egg kind of buff to all of the creatures, this egg icon, flashing egg icon, and their egg producing rate will be increased. This is my personal Ceratosaurus, looks really nice. It's really bloody kind of thing. I don't use it much. This is the very first Rhinognatha I tamed. I had to sacrifice one of my Carcharodontosaurus for this. Pretty average stat, but I at least could tame it properly. Yes, 100% imprinting, by the way. This was a pain, really pain to get it. Uh, this part kind of looks like 4 obelisks. I have actually conveniently placed the light underneath it. Just looks very nice. So this intersection was originally my original base. So my base actually ended here. This was a big gate, big gate. So then I found out that I'll need to expand. So this got expanded. This entire part got expanded and went into that area. This area is now my zone for breeding as well as maturation. So these are all of my mating pairs for various dinos, and this area, this over area that you see here, has tons and tons of ACs underneath it. Tons and tons of ACs. I just need to place the egg and it will be hatched. I have the embryo incubator here. I have lots of eggs. Look at the number of eggs I have. Let me show you. Okay. Here again you can see some of, these guys will require a lot of food, so I placed all of the food on this side, and these are again very well organized. So I have this, and later on I actually placed this guy because I needed the tech generator to actually power up my tech trough, so that it acts like kind of like a fridge also. Normal generators won't be able to do that for tech troughs. And normal generators have a range of I think 10 foundations, of radius of 10 foundations. Tech generators have a radius of 33 foundations, so it's very big. It's the maximum range. My two Argentavis, RG0 and RG2, has been replaced by their corresponding Rhinognathas, Rhino 0 and Rhino 2. Rhino 2 you have not seen much, is my DPS 1. And still has a crazy amount of weight. Every single of its point has been put into million, nothing else. This is the trait. And this is now going to be my primary creature in ARK Ascended, till I get say a tropical wyvern or a Tropiognathus. Why? Look at the weight. I'm not joking. Look at the weight, and also look at the traits. I am never going to be overburdened in this Rhinognatha. Like I cannot possibly have a better combination of traits. Instead, maybe level 3 versions of them. These are all of the things that I use in my day-to-day basis. Some of them I use for videos, some of them I do for normal runs. As you can see, I have multiple versions of this. Why? Because when I am doing my videos, I do it on the official server's difficulty cap. And when I am doing it personally, not making videos, then I use the unofficial cap, which is the best version that I have gotten. So, for example, I'm going to be using this guy in my videos because fur has a limit of 196 on official servers, but on my day-to-day basis I'm going to be using this guy. Same for the others also. Again, same thing, same reason. These are all of my mating pairs. Again, the same thing here. These are the mom and dad you saw for those two megatheriums. Really beautiful colors. These are the baryonyx pairs, mating pair. Look how beautiful they are. This is the thyla mating pair. This is the Argentavis mating pair. There should have been one more Argentavis. I don't know where the other Argentavis is. Okay. I am confused. I don't know. There should have been one more Argentavis. Okay. I'll have to find out where that guy has gone to. Anyway, so that's that. Ceratosaurus mating pair. These are my They're those guys, the big guys. Deinosuchus, the two Deinosuchus, the two Eutyranus, and the two Carcharodontosaurus. Actually, these are not my two final Carcharodontosaurus. The ones that gave the beautiful color is somewhere outside, because the one, my personal Carcharodontosaurus, I've actually put inside my cryopod. It actually has a very beautiful color combination that is not found in these guys. This is the guy that has destroyed the tech cave in all three difficulties and is the primary damage dealing creature for me. I need to find where that other Argentavis is, because it should not have disappeared. Okay, there is the other Argitad. I think there was some kind of something attacked them, and that's why these guys come. Because all of these guys, I have told them to be on passive. All of them are on passive, and all of them are with the ignore whistles. All of them, just to ensure they don't run away or something. And this is, by the way, let me also give you a visual tour of my base from the outside in the morning. So this is how this thing looks like from the outside. Give it a very nice outline to them. Yeah, that thing that you see here, that was the taming part. So I used to use my Argentavis or Rhinognatha to actually excuse me. So I used to use my Argentavis or Rhinognatha to actually put creatures there for taming purposes. But because of the advanced AI pathing of ARK Ascended, it's actually kind of difficult to lure creatures inside the taming pens. There are some nice videos that creators on YouTube have actually shown to get workarounds for this, but it's very difficult actually. So yeah, I think I've shown every single thing that I have to show in my base. Okay, I think the last thing that I am going to show is my otter over here. This is the otter that I've used to do Gamma Tech Cave and Gamma Ascension without any other dinos, just using a shotgun. As you can see, it's leveled up in melee, but it has also leveled up in a bit of weight also, just so that it could hold all of the gear that I'm carrying to the Overseer boss fight. Okay, so I think that is more or less it for this video. My next video, I am feeling, will most certainly be on Scorched Earth, and I want to thank all of my viewers who have been patient enough to watch this video from start to finish. Your support really means a lot to me, and I hope you can continue supporting me and enjoy my videos, as I am planning to do another full 100% completion run of ARK, and this time it's going to be more than 12 maps, because at least even now we know that there is a new story map coming, and if I can complete those maps also, there will also be some mod maps that I'll be doing. So all in all, I expect my ARK Ascended journey to span at least 2-3 years, not 2, at least 3 to 4 years, if not more. So without further ado, I take leave. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more, and if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you on Scorched Earth.